Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I was just really called to hop on live today on Facebook and share some information messages for you because I was talking with my mentor, Val Cripps, and we were talking about marketing. And it's the same whether it's for me in functional medicine or doTERRA or her with life coaching and the magic that she does. But most people, when they do marketing, is they tell you to say, like, you go from here to here. And that's how easy it is, right? You just show those transformations. And I think the most common thing people see is like, oh, I took this pill and I lost all this weight. Isn't that amazing? You can do this too in three cycles or like 3 bottles or something like that. And no one ever really talks about the difficulty, the transformation, the work that you have to do to get to the other side. And it sets us up for false beliefs and false expectations to go, all right, I'm going to talk to Alison this one time. She's going to tell me what's wrong. I'm going to do what she says. And in a week, I should feel better, right? And that's just not the reality of it. And if you're watching this on video or you're listening to a podcast, you might notice something different about my appearance, which is my hair. And I've been getting a couple messages of, hey, oh my gosh, I love your hair. What are you doing? And my brother texted me and said, what's up with all the wigs, Alison? And I'm like, hey, well, all my hair's falling out because of the biologics and infusions that I have to do to keep me alive. So I decided that I could either sit back and cry and never go live and never show my face in the world again, or I could have a lot of fun with this and buy myself some wigs and try different styles. Now I can have a different color in my hair every single day, which makes me really happy, to be honest with you. And this is the part of my recovery that I always talk about how difficult it is and how great it is to be on the other side of how sick I was in the hospital. But that's not necessarily the truth. And I don't want to go on and on saying, oh, I'm so sick, even though I am. Like, I'm in such denial about it. And so this message is really for the people who are chronically ill, who have these chronic infections like Lyme or autoimmune conditions where they're just facing these flare-ups after flare-ups. And I just want you to know that this is a process and it's okay. And so right now for me, sitting here today, my next infusion is on Monday. And so in a few days. And I actually went 2 months. So this is my first 2 month stint. And about a week ago, I started to crash again. All my symptoms came back. And I was just devastated because the work that I've been doing over the past 2 months, like supplements, oils, giving myself shots in the stomach every day, doing the sauna, doing, oh my God, everything. Life coaching, therapy, like I'll probably go down the list here in a minute, but I was like, it didn't work, right? And that's not necessarily true. It's just that sometimes we don't realize how sick we are until we're on the other side of it. And last night I told my husband, I'm like, wow, I really don't feel good. And holy cow, it's nowhere where it was in June when I ended up in the hospital. So like I have made a lot of progress, but I haven't flipped the switch necessarily. There's been a lot of healing, but it's not 100% yet. And it's hard to live with that, right? And that's okay that it's hard to live with. And I have quite a few autoimmune patients who struggle with the same thing, whether they're in the beginning of the flare, they're in the middle of one, they're at the tail end, and they're just like waiting for this to be over with. It really is just time consuming and it's scary. And one of the biggest questions that actually all of them asked me was, how do I know when enough is enough? And like what I went through, like I should have been in the hospital in May, not at the end of June, right? I was just so freaking stubborn and like, I'm going to get better. I'm going to get better. And I wasn't. And so one of those things is that you have to personally figure out where you're going to draw that line at. Is it pain? Is it blood work where like, okay, my anemia is so bad or I'm becoming so malnourished because of the situation that I'm in that I have to go get external help. And you can absolutely 100% rely on natural methods, on diet, on healthy food choices. Some people do really well with fasting for any autoimmune. But at some point, you might need the medication too. And you know what? That's okay, because you can combine both of these worlds. You might need extra help. And sometimes I see in a lot of Facebook groups of like, oh, people will say, and post, and they're like, oh, I'm so sick, I don't know what to do with myself. And the reality is, and they're like, I don't want to take the medication. I just want to like shake them like, hey man, you've been feeling this way for 2 years. Like, go get the medicine. Like, don't wait any longer. So I think it's really important that when you're in this road to recovery, not the race, because none of this is going to happen overnight. It does for some people. So I don't want to discourage you at all. Some people just need some enzymes and they're good to go with the rest of their life. Some people just need a little bit of support and we fix the problem. Or kill the pathogen or kill the overgrowth, get rid of the candida, and they're good to go. Some people need lifelong support, and that's okay too. So when you see these stories of transformation, and it looks so quick, and it looks so easy, and it looks so simple, it can be, but you don't necessarily know what's going on behind the scenes. And people will message me now and be like, oh, hey, I'm so glad to hear you're feeling 100%. I'm like, I might look like it, I might talk like it. I'm not telling everybody every single thing that's going on, because that's just too much. Like, I see my neighbors like, hey, how's it going? Hey, we're doing good, still alive, I'm walking. But I'm not anywhere where I should be or where I want to be. And I have to come to terms with that. And so we have to bring ourselves out of denial about our illness and how sick you may or may not be. You have to be willing to accept that your body has limitations and boundaries, and that's just a really big bummer. And that you can ask for work accommodations, for life accommodations. You can ask your friends for help, maybe even family if they're available to support you. And sometimes things are going to suck, like your hair falls out and you have to buy fancy wigs because you don't know what else to do, or you freaking own it and you do whatever you want to do with your hair. Like, that's okay. Like, you might gain weight, you might lose weight, and the key is that you have a support system and you have those people who are watching over you. Like, I have my husband and my friends and my slew of doctors and functional medicine and Western medicine and therapy, everything. So when I get really stubborn and in denial, I'm like, oh, I'm fine. Oh, I don't need this. They're behind the scenes going, okay, no, hold on, it's time. We need to fix this. We need to change that. And they're helping me take care of me, because I want this to be done. I want this to be over with. I don't like the way that I feel sometimes. And it's hard, right? It's hard. And I really love helping people and holding their hand through these journeys too, which is why my functional practice is switched from being a one-time consultations, like initial and then a follow-up and then call me when you need me, to 3-month and 6-month and 12-month programs, because we need that support, we need that accountability. And I always tell this story because it's so dumb, but when I started with a personal trainer a couple years ago, he had me fill out the sheet of what I ate for my foods all week long so he could go through it with me, because that's just what they did in that program. I ate so healthy that week. I was on point. I ate all my snacks. I was perfect. I was so proud of myself. And he was going to give me a sheet for the next week, and he didn't. And I was like, Oreos for breakfast. Like, we're gonna have some soda, maybe some ice cream at night. And this was a couple years ago. And I was like, wow, like, this is how badly people need accountability for the simple things of like, don't have Oreos for breakfast. So have that support system in your life as well. So you can check in, you can share your food diaries with people like me or your doctors if they're interested. Now, most Western doctors have told me food does not impact your gastrointestinal system. Don't just eat whatever you want, which is so strange. Like, give me a break. Everybody knows that what you eat can heal you or harm you. We all know that. So find the people who will support you in that journey as you're working along. And I'm still laughing that one of my patients a couple weeks ago said, my husband said I could take the supplements for a week, and then if I don't see a difference, then I'm not taking them anymore. And even she told him, thank God, like, a week? Like, you're kidding me. A week for supplements to start working? Do you, like, go to the gym for 1 week and then lose 50 pounds? I don't think so. Do you, like, brush your teeth for a week out of the year and then you never have a cavity? I don't think so. It's gonna take a little bit longer than a week for a lifetime of anxiety, thyroid issues, autoimmune conditions, like GI, all of these things. It's not this miraculous thing that a lot of people like to paint this picture of. So give yourself more than 1 week to heal, to see the difference. And now, if you change your diet and you, like, I create meal plans, almost more like food plans. I don't say, like, all right, for breakfast, you're going to have this and this. And, like, it's not that specific. We go very general as we start moving through your paces. But sometimes within 1 week, if you are the person who skips breakfast, only has coffee, and then eats lunch at 2, and then you're like, your whole life is a mess, honestly. I know you have GI issues, you're nauseous, your hormones are out of whack. Like, that first week of eating breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, snack, you're going to have a completely different body in 1 week. It's going to feel so different. You're going to wake up hungry instead of nauseous. You're going to start sleeping through the night. You're going to have energy in the afternoon. It might only take 1 week, but stop trying to force things to happen fast. And we can want it. I want it. I want my hair to grow back desperately. Oh my gosh. But, like, also, like, if you guys know of a great wig place, let me know, because I'm buying a ton of them. So, like, it's, you know, we want things fast, but in reality it takes time. So don't judge yourself by other people's healing patterns or situations. Other people might jump up from a flare and be great and be flare free for 5 years, and then other people like me, it takes months and months and months and months, and it sucks, but we're in this together, and you're not alone when you're going through these things. So reach out for help, ask questions, ask things of different doctors and physicians, people that you trust. Stay out of the Facebook groups. They are toxic and horrible. But keep asking for help. And I went through 3 GIs from my hospital stays before I found somebody that actually listened to me and didn't make me cry and gave me the option and fought for me and got me what I needed. So find those people like me. There's a million of them around that we can support you and love on you and help you through this process. So I'm here for you. You can message me on Facebook if you have any questions or want to schedule a consultation. If you want to know more about what I'm doing for my health, for ulcerative colitis, I'd be happy to share that. And we're just going to keep going. So stay strong, stay positive. Every day is going to get better and better, and keep using the tools that you have around you with food and oils and nutrition and massage and chiropractic and acupuncture. Keep finding those different things for you as you are on your healing process, so you can discover what works best for you, so your body will heal faster. It's not a race. It's not a race. You're going to be human for quite a while, so your body's always going to be changing, learning, growing. So let's feed it positive things so you can continue on your healing journey. All right, that is it for today. So I will talk to you guys soon.